Okay, we have kind of a blustery breakfast morning on the Donut Hole show.
Yeah, and it's really cloudy. I was going to hang stuff on the line, but it looks like it's going to rain. So even though I can't take advantage of the bluster, and there's nothing I love better than stuff that's been hanging out on the line that smells so good, after the sunshine's been on it and a good breeze. But that won't be happening today. So now I've got time on my hands, which I might find some stuff that you can help me with if you don't mind.
Let's change the subject. We don't want to be super big into politics talk, but there was the State of the Union last night, and let's just talk about that for a little bit and see what you thought. My answer to that is, having a State of the Union address, my answer is 48 to 52.
Yeah, that's significant. Let's put it like that. I'm going to say, I conduct my business as an independent, and I try to stay open. I always say, get your news from as many sources as you can, make up your own mind. But I'm going to say, I don't align mostly with Trump's politics, but I will say that was magnificent. The way he conducted that last night, there was something for everybody, if you can keep an open mind. I thought he involved kids, there was widows there were veterans, everybody, every category that needed to be pandered to, they hit their mark. And I thought it was well done. It really was.
I was super impressed with how long he spoke and how smooth it was, and not making a single mistake that I remember. And no stutters or he was just, it was a performance, really, of 2 hours.
Well, you got to give to the guy. He is a showman. He is a showman. And I think that quality of him, that gift that he has for camera presence and delivery and all of that stuff, I think you can credit that for how far he's gotten, because there's other areas where he comes up way short. And I just think, there's something to be said for camera presence and a certain degree of charisma and the ability he's got to have a teleprompter. The guy's vision must be fantastic. I mean, you could put that teleprompter, a foot from my face, and I'd have trouble reading it.
It wasn't obvious.
No.
He referred to it, but he wasn't locked on it, that's for sure.
No, and I couldn't tell if he had an earpiece or anything like that where people were,
You're getting yet another one of your daily deliveries here, I think.
What do you mean my daily deliveries? You order as much stuff as I do.
Oh.
Hey, hi, Dad.
Hey, sorry if I interrupted some.
No, come on up. You want some coffee?
I left the package for you down here.
Oh, nice.
You want coffee?
Hey, so sit down and have a donut hole.
I guess I can stay for a little bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Our special recipe for donut holes,
Yeah.
a whole lot of nothing.
You guys doing a podcast?
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're just fooling around.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
Did you see any of the entertainment last night?
Oh, yeah, I watched it like twice. I couldn't get enough of it. No, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that.
We were just talking. He did great. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of his politics, but I have to admit the guy is a showman. It's like P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
You couldn't look away.
It really is like more of a figurehead position. It's like you gotta be I don't know. It's, you just can't be boring, I guess.
Yeah, well, he was not boring. None of the things that are going on are boring. It gives me the whim-whams a little bit because, if you find out that, like, your porch roof or
Well,
something
maybe your
is leaking.
Wim Wham lotion came in the package. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Anyway.
Have you been going through my packages? Anyway, too much too soon is pretty much my analysis of what's been going on in Washington. It's like you get a new middle manager and they come in and they rip up things on day one, and then they find out, oh gee, I didn't really understand how these things interconnected. And I would have felt better. I'm okay with change, and I know stuff needs to be stripped down. Now, a shake-up is needed a controlled shake-up. You don't shake up a bottle of ketchup without putting on the cap, and I think we need to make sure that the cap is tightened down before we do the shake-up.
Well, I think
So-
the rest of the world is probably like, looking to see how a country's run right, since we have all this experience as a country.
I mean, the baby country of
It is
the
it is
history
like
of
a
the
little-
world.
We are like the teenager
We are.
of the world.
If you hang around with teenagers enough, you think to yourself, "Would I want this individual in control?" The idealism maybe is good, but the conduct leaves a lot to be desired. And I think that as a country, I think we're showing our inexperience and our naivete.
Well, we only have two major parties because it is basically just like a football game. Like at the Super Bowl, you don't have three teams playing at the same time. So that's
That would be kind of interesting.
yeah. I guess I would. I don't know. I could do that.
Fairly, that would really be smash mouth football.
But it's like everything he's doing now will probably just be undone with a bunch of executive orders in a couple of years. So it's like whatever.
I think everybody's hoping for that. But I kind of here's the thing. I know we spend a lot of money overseas on a lot of different projects and stuff. But if you've ever gone to dinner with like the family patriarch or the head of the family, that person usually picks up the tab, and it's symbolic. It's symbolic of their leadership, of their position in life, of their ability to handle expense, and it's a nod, it's a provision. And if you cede that or you let go of doing that, it's kind of like saying, "Hey, I can't afford this anymore, and what's in it for me?" And that comes off kind of weenie, I think. And I think we seem more weenie with all the whining and the tariffs on our best buds, North and South, and
What was with all the canes there last night? Like all the weapons, apparently.
did you notice that about all the people with Green, the guy they ushered out, he had a cane.
I can't believe he was 77.
Yeah.
They said he was 77. I was like shocked. It's like, well, I understand why he needed a cane, but he did not look 77.
No, he didn't. He didn't. And there were at least, of course, Nancy Pelosi has a cane. Everybody, they really need one. I'm not.
Why was she there? I mean, wouldn't her swipe card be deactivated by now?
No, she's got to be there. Are you kidding me? She's like one of the top fundraisers for the Democratic Party. Nancy knows people.
Yeah, I don't think money is like a worry for any of these parties.
No,
The main two, anyway. I don't think there's. I like that when they're like talking about who raised more money. I'm like, is that good or bad? I don't know.
I'll tell you, it's bad.
I agree. It's bad because you don't get the sense that just some person, maybe some shirt sleeves kind of guy, that they'll ever rise to the Oval Office.
I think Trump knows how to. I think Trump is much more clever than he gets credit for. I think he knows how to antagonize his opponents
Oh God, yeah.
so that they become emotionally overwhelmed and they can't function without reacting to him, if that makes sense.
Well, it keeps his mug on the news, good or bad. It's like a kid in the grocery store throwing a tantrum. You don't look away.
I always think it's like I always say it's how alligators hunt. Like you have an alligator, you go to a lake or whatever, and you see like an alligator looking at you above the water, and you just focus on their eyes, and you're just like, all right, the alligator's not going to get me, and I'm going to not take my eyes off him. And then meanwhile, two alligators are going on either side of you from behind, and that's kind of the thing, But
But every now and then you hear about these people that are feeding alligators, and that's the thing. You don't want to be feeding alligators because you will get alligator. You'll lose an arm. That's what'll happen. And that's a good analogy because I think that is what's happening. I was reading this morning about this. It's a research base in Antarctica. And with all this aid cut off for all of these scientific projects and all of that stuff, they're sitting down there and they don't know what to do next. And They said that the funding is a huge problem, but the uncertainty of future funding is an even worse problem because they say it's a brain drain now, where top scientists, budding scientists, who are looking for
where's this?
projects, Antarctica of all places.
So if you're on a tropical island and they cut your funding, you're like, oh no, we're stuck here.
We're going to sit on the beach, but down here we're going to get
But-
we'll be getting our pants blown.
You have at least one coconut tree. Is
Yeah.
that what they call them, a coconut tree? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's be honest. What this is all about, all this, just the weird feeling and stuff, is because we all know that there's like other life in the universe, and that they all know it, and then they're denying that, and so now they're all scrambling on what do they tell the people, and when will the people find out, and all this stuff. But everybody knows it.
Hey, that's kind of a good speculation. If you had a guess, Dave, you do more science than either one of us. I don't know about you, Des, but I read some science, and I save articles for you, Dosh. But I think the question is when are they going to finally fess up? What would you say if you had a guess?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I mean, I don't think about it that way. For me, my head's out in the cosmos. And that's why I'm not really big on politics, because it's, it seems small and petty when your head's in the cosmos.
Yeah, we don't really matter. That's the sad thing. It's like that I don't think it's like a question of like power and all that stuff, and all this with other intelligent life and everything. In fact, I don't think there's just another intelligent life. I think there's probably like hundreds of thousands of different intelligent lives out there somewhere.
Anunnaki.
Yeah. but the big problem for us here, I think, is how little the things we argue about really matters to anyone else in the cosmos. It doesn't matter.
It's like this. It's like our Native American friend Jim. You can say what his mantra is.
His mantra is just relax. It doesn't really matter to you. Just keep your head down, make the world around you as good as you can, and don't worry about it, because this cycle will change. This will roll. And I think that's a good way to look at it. He even described it that to his culture, time is different. They think in longer cycles. They don't think in today and tomorrow. They're looking longer. And I think we could certainly adopt a lot more of that, and I think it would help people to relax and just don't feel like you need to tear everything apart to fix a small problem. You don't. It's like cleaning the basement, You can tidy up the basement and it looks better and stuff like that, but if you really want to fix it, you do have to tear it apart. But you also have to stay on it and put it back together in a much more coherent way. And I think the tearing apart phase seems to be
That's a good
the
analogy,
focus.
honestly, because if you're like, you want to reorganize something and then you
it's
stop
worse.
halfway, you've doubled your problem.
Yeah, and it's worse instead of better.
Oh, well, as a delivery driver for the amazing company,
Yeah.
you experience quite a good slice of life every day. Tell us some stories there.
It's interesting to find people that it's strange, because there's so many different, you realize doing this job, that how different people are. I don't know, it's bizarre, because you're delivering a package and you don't know what's in it, and it doesn't matter, but the idea of
Be honest with me. Do you shake it and smell it and things?
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
do you
sure.
get alarmed if it's ticking or
Yeah. No, you shake it, you throw it around, so- but you realize that I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense, but you just think of a package where you don't know what's in it, and you haven't smelled it or shaken it or whatever, so it could be anything, and you're delivering a box. So the box, basically, the package becomes really irrelevant. It's
The content.
it's almost like a MacGuffin, but in a sense where it's not quite a MacGuffin. A MacGuffin is an object like in the movie The Maltese Falcon. The story was about the characters and their interaction and whatever drama was going on with the characters, but their search for the Maltese Falcon was a MacGuffin because it wasn't integral to the plot or the characters or anything. But it was like a quest. It was an object that was the quest. But it wasn't. It didn't. It could have been anything. It could have been a pair of red socks instead of a Maltese Falcon. Does that answer your question? What was your question? No, but you're delivering a package, so the package is irrelevant. But you're seeing how other people live, and like for me, like trying to figure out where I want to be. I've lived all over, but I think, wow, this looks like a really nice place to live, or this looks like a nice place to live, and I'm always pleasantly surprised how nice everybody from different walks of life are when they get their pack. People don't need to be nice, but people are just happy to see people, and especially if there's somebody that's way out in the country and they don't really interact with folks. Like I've delivered stuff to people that are basically like they're confined to a wheelchair, and they really, the only way they can get anything is like to have something delivered way out and stuff. So
I bet they're glad just to see a human being, and you're
or me,
yeah,
yeah.
or you.
Yeah, that's why I was hinting at that with the other life in the cosmos, but I don't want to. Anyway, but no, it's
The arrival.
I don't really have specific stories, I suppose, but the overall.
That's interesting, though. I wonder if some of these people who are lonely and out in the middle of nowhere are literally just ordering things they don't need just so that they see somebody.
It could be, and obviously I don't sit around and talk to every single person I deliver to,
Except us.
I mean,
Oh, great!
but
we consider ourselves so lucky.
it's I don't ever come away thinking like, oh, I feel sorry for that person or whatever. I don't judge the people, and I don't, it's really kind of just, I know there are people that I've delivered to who are probably like really not in good in a good position in life, but they are some of the nicest and kindest people.
Have you ever been scared? I mean, really scared.
No, I don't think so, honestly.
How about the compounds?
Oh yeah, I have been scared. Yeah, when they're practicing their shooting and stuff, and there's a big wall around, and yeah, that's kind of like.
On the other end of the scale, I think I remember you saying something about how you deliver regularly to maybe Buddhists or something, and they leave out stuff for you.
That's right. Yeah, they'll leave out for the drivers. They would leave out like free snacks and books and things.
Oh.
So there are people that are like
Water or something.
yeah, and so
Oh, here comes the rain.
is that it? Speaking of water, is it raining?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna have to dry out those packages.
Oh, gee, that's right. We're probably keeping you too long, so yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble or anything.
So anyway, religion. No, but we can talk religion.
Politics, religion.
Wait a minute. So wait, are you just ordering stuff you don't need so I'll come and be on your show?
Yeah, it's really hard to find subjects to talk about. You could caught us. I'm sorry.
Well, I should get going. It's been nice chatting with you.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Yeah. Well, your package is down here.
All right, thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Good one.
Make sure it isn't in the rain.
See you next time.
Thank you.